Hey, this is Tom at BURNEWIIN. This is our CB3220. It's our smallest table that we make, and it's the only single base table we make. It's a handy little bait prep table or a little lunch prep table. I'm going to walk you through today how to mount it. So when you receive the table, it shows up assembled with one of our GM 400s in the top corner, just like our larger tables. But the leg itself ships loose. And we do that so that you can position it however you want to on the boat. If you notice here on the bottom, we have a series of pre-drilled holes, so you don't have to carry a drill with you. Those are pilot holes for the fasteners, which are also included. Those holes, in combination with the slots in this table base, allow you to position the table front to back anywhere you want. And actually, you don't even really have to use those holes. If your situation warrants, you could mount this off-centered as well. The holes just make it a lot easier. We typically mount these pretty much centered up, but if you have a situation where you want it further outboard or further inboard on your gunnel, you can do whatever you'd like. The other thing to notice is that this leg is basically an offset angle. So typically, I'll mount these with this part to the inboard side, and then it helps cantilever the table out a little bit. So there's really no measurements needed like on the big tables, because you're just deciding how you want this to be positioned front to back. So what I typically do is get the table somewhere where you've got a nice work platform. I usually use a hand screwdriver as well as a power drill. But you essentially can line this up, this being the front edge of the table, cantilevered part this way. It really doesn't matter though either way, this is just the way I do it. And position this wherever you want. And I'll usually get a fastener started. Start with one. And just get it started to where it's tight enough to hold the table on, not so tight that you can't still move it. So I'll line this up with a hole. I'm going to choose this one. Just get it started. Grab another fastener here, get it started. Just visually using the slots, make sure that it's lined up where you want it. At this point, I'll usually just take and do a little test fit in one of the mounts. The beauty of this single base table is you can use it in any one of your BURNEWIIN mounts around the boat. You don't need to worry about the center to center spacing. So I'll test fit that in there. I like this where I've got it just because I've got this inside edge of the table kind of flush with the gunnel. It's not sticking out inside the boat. Also, if I'm cutting bait on this, I can just flick it off the side and it'll get over the side of the boat. So I like that. So I'm just gonna cinch down these first two fasteners. Typically I'll do that with a hand screwdriver just so that I know it's where I want it without stripping out the head. And then you can get your other fasteners in place. I'm only going to show you a few today. We send this with 8 fasteners just to make sure it's really solid on there. We have had customers as well choose to through bolt this. I've never felt the need for it. If you use all 8 fasteners in all of these slots, it should be plenty good for its intended purpose. I'll just cinch those down with the screwdriver. Makes a really nice solid platform for bait prep or whatever you need to do on the boat. Like all of our stuff, we want to make sure that it's really stable and you can rely on leaning against it without it breaking or buckling or pivoting on you. This little bait prep table is a great spot too on the top here for one of our knives. Keep that safe and secure. You can even remove the table with the knife in it and move it to a different location on the boat. That's the 22-inch wide CB3220.